I'm DJ Sam from Fairbanks, Alaska. This is Axes, Picks, Claw, Hammers, and Footstools, your radio friend on YouTube. Rock and roll is what it's all about, and rock and roll encompasses many things. Rock and roll contains multitudes, and when I mean multitudes, I mean the entire history of recorded music. Hey, everybody's aware that this is the endless now. And in this endless now, we must struggle to fill it with positivity, with good things. I mean, it doesn't have to be creepy, happy, yeah stuff. It just has to be good. You understand then. We're going to look into a fellow who's a singer, songwriter, actor, author, businessman, producer, bon vivant, all-around good guy, a fellow by the name of JELLO BIAFRA, who got his start fronting the Dead Kennedys. And remember, the Dead Kennedys without JELLO BIAFRA are not the Dead Kennedys. Don't give them money. Don't buy tickets to see the Dead Kennedys. Don't give them money. Give JELLO money. JELLO is the man. JELLO BIAFRA. All right. Speaking of which, he founded a alternative indie record label. It's Alternative Tentacles. And there's a great sampler from 2002. It's called Alternative Tentacles Records Present Apocalypse Always. And it's a compilation that mixes a good sampling of the label, because his label not only releases punk and noise rock, but also spoken word. And JELLO himself is a proponent of spoken word, poetry slam, that sort of thing. Well, more spoken word. I mean, poetry slam is kind of like a four-letter word now. Poetry slam is kind of like motherfucker now, you know. So we won't call it that. Anyway, it's spoken word. It's spoken word performance art. And so we're going to hear a mixture of spoken word and a little bit of music as well. We're going to start out with the man himself, JELLO BIAFRA, standing up and talking about Joey Ramone. And then Mumia Abu Jamal from prison, A Daily Terror. Then we're going to get a little music in there with Half Japanese, All the Angels Said No to Her. And then we're going back to spoken word, Angela Davis, Rebellion from California to New York. Michael Gira, our man, our buddy boy from the Swans, doing Where Does Your Body Begin? And then we're finishing up with famed historian Howard Zinn, Advice for History Teachers. Hey, this is JELLO BIAFRA talking about Joey Ramone.
Used to be that Colorado was overrun with horrible country rock when I was a teenager. Firefall lived in Boulder. Sharing a town with them was quite nauseating. Hey, Stephen Stills lives here now. Cool. Joni Mitchell and Joe Walsh are moving to town. Country rock and jazz fusion were just forced on everybody. No all ages venues for the most part. And all these different country rock next big things were all showcased at this place called Ebbets Field in Denver. And then one fine day I noticed second on the bill was a band called the Ramones. I picked up their first album in a dollar bin when it came out. Oh, this looks like it might sound like Iggy or MC5 or New York Dolls. I'll take this home. Couldn't believe how short the songs were and how the guy sang. And then you look at the lyric sheet conveniently provided. Beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, one song. Now I want to sniff some glue. Now I want to have something to do. Another song. And not one goddamn guitar solo, man. Couldn't believe it. And so I take the Ramones album around to friends of mine's houses, and after doing a bong hit or two or three, when we would normally go space out on psychedelic or progressive rock music, and I don't mean Yes or any of that crap, put the Ramones on and we would all kind of laugh at it. But then I thought, wait a minute, something's kind of up with this too. So we all got to go down to see the Ramones, and lining the front row of Ebbets Field, people who were hip to the Ramones, and then the rest of Ebbets Field was filled with the country rock glitterati, the local I am a music executive people, which in the 70s meant feather hairdos, Kenny Loggins beards, corduroy suit jackets with patches on the elbows, you know, music professionals. And their dates had all had their hair done 20 style with a flower because Joni Mitchell was looking like that then. All ready to have a nice, mellow, quiet evening. Then these four grubby-looking guys in leather jackets, who we all thought were brothers at the time, and torn jeans walk onto the stage, and a few eyes start to raise in the gallery of Ebbets Field. Then Johnny hits the chord on the guitar, one chord, and I knew it was going to be a fuck of a lot louder than any of us ever thought it was going to be. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and the whole place blew up. We weren't allowed to dance. Everybody just had to sit there. And at first the sound was terrifying. It was so loud. And then I was like, oh my God, they're really, really good. And then I had to turn around and see what the rest of Ebbets Field looked like. And then all these people, no, make them stop. Yes. Not only were they so fucking intense, but they made it look so simple. It was like, God, anybody could do that. I could do that. This is something I would actually like to do. I mean, I don't have to listen to Black Sabbath and kill myself after all. This is something to look forward to. Then Joseph Pope came back out. I was just in the dressing room talking to the Ramones. Talking to a rock musician, a real live rock musician. They'll talk to us. I couldn't believe it. They would actually talk to me, this anonymous teenage nobody, mainly Joey, who I shot the shit with for quite a while. Leave Home had come out that week, so I went out and got that one and then got him to sign it the next night, which I'd never had anybody do before, but felt this is the beginning of something really, really important, and I'm so glad I'm gonna get to fucking be there. Maximum Rock and Roll has said it's a plot by rock stars to mind fuck the poor innocent fans. Well, I still sign shit for people because of how much it meant to me when Joey and the Ramones signed my records back in January of 1977. I don't know how many of us would be here tonight, certainly not me, if it weren't for Joey and the Ramones. God damn, I'll miss that man. Thank you, Joey Ramone. And the Ramones always denied they were a political band, but look how much they inspired other people to do. And in the protests in Seattle, and in the ones in Quebec City, which had 70,000 people there, more than Seattle, signs saying, Gabba Gabba Hey. There's a little Gabba Gabba Hey in all of us.
Next, Mumia Abu Jamal, A Daily Terror.
The power of the media to condition consciousness is vast. For with the merest mention of a word, say for instance, terror, a flood of images roar through the mind like a well-placed row of dominoes, each falling one into the other, tumbling like a hard, dry, crackling wave. Terror, terrorism, the Twin Towers of Midtown Manhattan, planes circling like metallic vultures, plunging into solid rock and steel, flames, smoke, and humans blown into dry dust. Osama bin Laden, Mullah Omar, Saddam Hussein. You fill in the blanks. Those are the thoughts we have been conditioned to think by the media. We have virtually no choice in the matter. There is, though, another terror that ravages the land. It affects not thousands, but millions. It affects whites, blacks, Anglos, Latinos, citizens, immigrants, male, female, gay, straight, Jew, Gentile, northerner, southerner, from Maine to Mississippi. It is the terror of financial failure, the terror of not getting next week's paycheck, the terror of being fired, of being unable to pay rent or the mortgage, of seeing one's children racked by hunger. This is the silent terror, the hidden terror. Indeed, it is the invisible terror that is all too real. It is one that the state not only refuses to fight, but refuses to acknowledge. After the September 11th disaster, at least 800,000 people have lost their jobs. Dishwashers, maids, hotel workers, computer employees, travel agents, booking agents, and the like. But as stunning as that figure seems to be, it is but a mere percentage of a larger problem. Before the 11th of September, indeed, according to economic indicators since March of 2001, at least 8 million people were out of work due to the economic recession. 8 million people. 8 million invisible souls, unemployed, gripped by a terror that almost defies description. Why is that not a national emergency? Why no mass mobilization, nor media-orchestrated outrage? It's because they are poor, and the poor are expendable. The corporate media, the possession and instrument of the wealthy, has no interest and sees no profit in educating either the poor or working poor in the failures of an economic theory or system which works for them yet betrays the poor. It is not in the interest of the established to show the holes in the economic miracle. Globalists wish to ignore this ugly reality. What does the Dow Jones Industrial Average or the S&P rate or the latest NASDAQ mean to 8 million unemployed people? A year ago, economists were proclaiming the end of the business cycle, boasting that the only way stocks could go was up. Their boasts came on the eve of a recession. In a time when the poor are treated like lepers, when their dreams are dashed, a daily terror reigns. From death row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal.
Yikes. We got a little music to lighten things up a little bit. Here's half Japanese. All the Angels Said No to her off Alternative Tentacles Records.
All the angels said go to her. All the angels said go. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. We've got the power. The power of love. This love is a love that will endure. And the kitten said, perfect. Perfect. Without a pit, it just keeps getting better.
from California to New York.
The height of what some people call the prison movement, some of us try to call the anti-prison movement, was achieved in the aftermath of George Jackson's assassination. And we know that within a few weeks, there was an enormous uprising at Attica, which managed to place these issues on the agenda of the country in a way that had never happened before. The Attica Rebellion also helped to bring people who had never considered associating themselves with prisoners into the campaign.
Michael Gira from the Swans, Where Does Your Body Begin? This is all sampled from Alternative Tentacles Records presents Apocalypse Always. Michael Gira, lowering the psychic trauma levels from that he produced with the Swans and his solo stuff on Alternative Tentacles. This has all been Alternative Tentacles Records presents Apocalypse Always. And I think that is the end of the line. I'm DJ Than from Fairbanks, Alaska. This is Axis, Picks, Claw Hammers, and Footstools. Thank you for tuning in, turning on. Do drop back by. Something's always spinning on the forever spindle. Here on the Eternal Playlist of the Endless Now, because Axis Picks, Claw Hammers, and Footstools is the home of the hits and happenings here on YouTube, the home of rock and roll and your rock and roll friend, all wrapped together one big bundle of fun. Do come back.